Hello, and welcome back to the OCP, the original RPcast podcast. Hello, how are you?
What the fuck was that?
What about you, Josh? You doing all right? I just spoke to the listener there. They're doing good. They told me about all their stuffs.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm doing right.
Good.
It's only been about an hour and a half since you asked me last time.
That ruins the illusion.
The illusion of what? You mean the same illusion that you stated at the end of the last episode? I thought we were doing 2 a day. That same illusion, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, good. I'm good. So I was listening to Spotify the other day, and
Don't freak that away.
oh dear. Anyway, so today we are going to be doing another Reddit thing, and hopefully, in my opinion, this one will be better than the last one. So this one is Reddit's...
Am I the arsehole?
That's the one. Yeah, I was trying to think of the name there. Yeah, so it's called Am I the Arsehole? So what we're going to do is we're going to list a few of these questions, and we're going to read out the title. And what we're going to do is basically decide yes or no straight away as to whether we think that they're an arsehole from the description of their title.
Yep.
And then we're going to read a little bit more into it and then come to a conclusion afterwards.
Or
see if we agree with our initial conclusion.
Yes, or we're going to quickly skim through as much as we can, because that big one that you know of, I'd read the first paragraph and I already had an idea of why.
Okay. Right.
So, quick skim through and then give you the basis of what and narrow it down as much as we understand.
Right, okay. But before we do that, I'm going to jump into a little bit of anus. I believe it's just me today.
It is just you.
Okay, that's fine.
I used all mine up.
I think I've got quite a small one. Well, hey.
I hope.
Ladies. So, Josh, if you'd like to do the music. Yellow.
I know it was yellow. I was just adding for dramatic effects.
That's fine. I mean, it's not a visual podcast, is it?
That's very true. Shut up.
Okay, so we have got owner of world's heaviest potato left deflated after learning it isn't a spud.
What is it then?
I don't even know.
Why does he put sunnies on it? Why does it look like a rabbit's tail as a nose?
Okay, so spare a thought for Colin Craig Brown, everyone, who's just discovered
Colin.
who's just discovered that his prize potato isn't a potato after all. The Kiwi, New Zealander, Jesus,
What?
New Zealander, not fruit,
Oh.
thought that he had unearthed a world record-breaking spud whilst out in his vegetable garden near Hamilton in August last year. The gargantuan discovery weighed at 7.9 kilograms, which would make it considerably heavier than the current record holder, which was discovered in Nottinghamshire, in England, weighing 4.99 kilograms or 11 pounds. Guinness World Records has sent a sample of... What?
Do you want me to read it out?
Guinness World Records has sent a sample of dug-off
Yeah, I'm
to
sure
get tested before crowning him... Oh, so that's his name. Right. Crowning him the new top potato.
sent example of dog off. So the potato's name's Doug. Surely not.
I thought his name was Dug-Off. They sent a sample of Dug-Off to... For fuck's sake.
Is the potato's name Doug then?
Obviously, yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Dug-Off. Right, so... before crowning him the new top potato. But the results shows that he wasn't a spud after all.
Oh, sacre bleu. Can you just show that picture quickly? This is just for me. Colin, we've dug the phony potato. Why has he got sunnies on?
I don't know.
You're going to have to put that up on the Insta.
Yeah, I will. Right, so he was an imposter, a fraud, a charlatan, and a gourd, which is basically an edgy cucumber. Colin appeared via video link on This Morning to discuss the disappointing discovery, forcing Philip Schofield to issue an apology in the process. Why? Reflecting...
Well, this is what he's got on the sofa with his fake Spud and Sunnies to go on This Morning.
I mean, if Mr. Broccoli can go on there...
Yeah, at least that was a guy.
That wasn't This Morning, was it? That was Piers Morgan and shit.
Was it?
Yeah, because we watched it. Reflecting on the revelation that Doug is a gourd, Colin said, "It's not like we've strived to do this. It's just a happy coincidence. We didn't plan to grow the big potato.
Not potato, mate.
It was a bit of a deflation, but as you walk along through life, these shitty sandwiches, someone tucks them
These
into
shitty sandwiches?
Yeah, these shitty
Who
sandwiches.
is this guy?
Someone tucks them into your lunchbox. Brilliant. His record-breaking Spud is now nothing more than a shit sandwich." Asked whether he now plans to turn the fake potato into vodka, Colin said, "I did plan to turn him into vodka, but it'd be a bit like a barbecuing your pet lamb." He just couldn't do that. Yeah, so there we go.
Well, I'm curious now, because what's the average weight of a gourd?
I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
It's fair enough to say that he's not ready to abandon, liquidize, or devour Doug just yet. After all, they've come a long way together. In order to put him forward for the record, they had to complete a 128-page application.
Yeah, the average size and weight of a gourd. Okay, I've only got the size actually, and it's in feet of how big
Jesus
these things
Christ.
are. Okay, so
Isn't it like a marrow type thing?
quite possibly, I don't know.
Like a big cucumber
Really,
thing.
actually don't have that information.
I really wish I could help you there, Alex.
From tiny gourds, only a few inches, maybe even 5 centimeters long, to giants over 7 feet.
What the fuck?
So he's actually got the chode of the gourd world, short and stubby.
Jeez Louise. I mean, it does look like a potato a bit.
It does a little bit. They are fruits as well. Do you want me to Wonderful World of Gourds? Bear with me. 1 year at the Gourd Olympics, the reign of the pumpkin was broken by a 900-pound squash. I should have read that further.
900 pounds.
The gourd
squash.
Yeah, but do you know how that's 408 kilos? There was a squash that weighed 400 kilos.
Fucking hell.
It's part of the pumpkin family.
How did they transport that?
Or the gourd. It is, yeah, cucumbers. Truck. Do you know how that's mental, by the way? That's nearly half a ton. Eddie Hearn could just pick that up.
Jesus Christ. Eddie Hearn? You mean Eddie Hall?
No, Eddie Hearn, the boxing guy. He's hench. Yeah, I got the names wrong.
I was going to say.
I just wrote.
I was questioning myself.
I was too busy reading the article. I mixed up my Eddies.
I had to sing the Greg Paul song in my head. And I was like, even Eddie Hall was... No, it's Eddie Hearn. No. What? Hang on.
Eddie Hearn's the promoter.
Hang on. Let me...
For-
I've got to Google this.
Is it Matchroom Boxing? I can't remember. Eddie Hearn is not...
Yeah,
you're
Eddie
right.
Hearn. You got it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally admitted it. Why are you still trying? I got it wrong and then went to roll with it and then remembered it's Eddie Hall.
Oh, well.
Prick.
Yeah. Do you remember that time when you got the name wrong for Eddie Hearn?
I'm going to spit on you.
Oh.
Not in a kinky way.
Lube. For your gaping anus.
Nice when you fucked that up, didn't you?
For your gaping anus. Right, well, there we go. There's a little bit more, but it's all
Gaping anus.
gaudy shit. So, we are doing Reddit, as I've said.
Mom!
Hey!
Your mom.
Ugh. Right, I've put the laptop down now. So we are moving on to our main topic for today, which is, am I the asshole?
not gonna,
I was
not gonna talk
say
in that.
something, but then you pressed it.
Oh. Okay, rewind that.
So we're going to be moving on today. We're going to be moving on today to our main event of the evening. In the red corner is Alex, and in the blue corner, I've given you your favourite colour there.
Why are we against? I didn't know we were against each other. We established this.
We're not.
So we're just in a ring together. It's
in
the
your
worst
gaping
porno.
anus.
No. Oh. So we're the worst porno on the planet. We got Alex and Josh in the ring together.
They're fighting.
They're fighting to find out who's not part of their team. In Am I the arsehole? I don't know why I went arse. Arsehole.
So, if you'd like to press the button. So the main event today, we are doing Reddit's Am I the Arsehole?
That was dreadful.
That was really bad. So anyway.
Am I the arsehole?
Would have worked fine if we did it the first time. But there we go.
I thought I was
So-
doing you a favour. Sure.
Josh. Anyway, so we've got a few here that we're going to read. I've got
I
one
was
here.
elected to lead, not to read. Number 3. Sorry.
So, shall I start off?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, press the green button. So this is the first one we've got here. It is, am I the asshole for telling my fiance that I want my ex-husband to walk me down the aisle on our wedding?
Yes. Yes.
My initial thought is yes.
Yes, big. What do you mean your initial thought? Any other thought? Unless he's dying of cancer.
It depends on their relationship. But
No, it
we'll see
doesn't.
what the context is.
No,
we're
it doesn't.
We're not supposed to be arguing here.
Yeah, no, we are. That's wrong.
Darling.
So, so you're saying then, if Kelsey's ex walked her down the aisle,
That's very different.
how is it different?
As I said, it depends on their relationship.
No, it doesn't. They're exes for a reason.
Yeah, but what if it was an amicable split
Then
up,
they
right?
split
Yeah.
and they go their
But
separate
imagine,
ways.
right? They're conjoined twins.
Why the exes? That's wrong. That's bad. Oh god. Okay, go on then. Try and win me over then. Clearly we are battling against each other because I
Okay.
think it's morally wrong to have your ex walk you
I've
down
said
the
it
aisle.
is. Fucking
But then you've
hell.
got an argument for depends
but
on their relationship. Well, are they still
depends on-
shagging?
It
Are they
depends.
still shagging?
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Depends on the context. So,
You want your ex walking you down the aisle? You don't get walked down the aisle. You're already up the altar. Taking her up the altar.
right. I know this sounds messy, but hear me out. My ex-husband and I were together for 7 years. We got together at 18, we got married at 20, and divorced at 25. Our divorce didn't end in bad faith. We just weren't compatible and a couple anymore. And we wanted to explore new things since we were glued together since 18. We remained good friends after the divorce. I met my current fiancé at 26, and we got engaged 6 months ago.
A year. He gave it a year. It's dreadful.
I'm now 28, and my fiancé is 29. At first, I didn't know how to bring it up to him about how I'm still close friends with my ex-husband. I had introduced them I had introduced them to each other, but I had never disclosed any details of my and my ex's relationship because I was afraid my fiancé would not be okay with it and would make me choose. My ex and I decided never to let him know. But a couple of months ago, during a family barbecue, an aunt of mine slipped up and revealed how I used to be married to my ex. My fiancé wasn't happy about this and almost broke up with me over it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He started growing wary of mine and my ex's friendship and wasn't comfortable anymore.
No, I don't blame him.
After many conversations, we both decided to establish some boundaries regarding this. Till now, we were fine. So our wedding is in a few months, and the topic of who would walk me down the aisle came up. My fiancé asked if I have any... if I'd have my parents, not if I have any parents.
Do you have any parents? About to get married. I
I've
didn't
never
know.
met him.
Yeah.
My fiance asked if I'd have my parents.
This looks like live reading is clearly not our thing.
Or my brother walk me down the aisle. And while that was my original thought, as well as I had another idea, I suggested that my ex-husband should give me away to him. Ex-husband to current husband, and it's kind of symbolic.
No. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I would agree. He said that he's not okay with this, and I'm crossing the line at this point.
Yeah.
He said he's tolerating the fact that I still have a close friendship with my ex, and after I hid it from him for so long, he said I can do this. Sorry, he said I can do as I wish, since who walks me down the aisle is my choice, but he will never be okay with my decision. Am I an arsehole for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You
Yes.
are. That is not. Everybody perceives the wedding day to be the woman's day, which is fair enough. A lot of the time it is. She looking beautiful and all that. That's fair. But you got to also remember you are marrying your significant other in that moment.
Yes.
So it's not just about you. And that significant other is watching your ex-significant other.
It's just very intrusive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that's your special moment. And that is also reserved for like your father or somebody close to you. And no matter how amicable the ending was of your last marriage, it ended. That's it. It wasn't that good. It ended.
Yeah, I would say, unless like the ex is best friends with the husband and the husband's like
bit different.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
the only sort of way.
But
I would
even
see it
then,
happening.
I don't think I would be happy with that still. That my best friend would have a place at the wedding, but it wouldn't be walking my future wife down the aisle.
No. Yeah,
Maybe
that's a bit weird.
groomsman at a push, but that's like you're lucky to be a fucking guest at the wedding, let alone a major part like groomsmen are walking the wife down the aisle.
Yeah.
So no, I definitely think this person is the arsehole. They should have taken into consideration, and then to hide it from them and think they're going to be all right with
that's
it.
cunty. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. Just honesty is the best policy, boys and girls.
exactly.
Right.
You ready for mine? All right. Am I the arsehole for saying I don't consider my daughter family? Yes. He hasn't said
Yes.
step. He said daughter.
What are you doing, stepdaughter? Why did the
Stop.
bloke sound like that?
Yeah, I know that's when you're in a porno.
What are you doing, stepdaughter?
What are you doing, step cupboard? What are you doing, my daughter, step ladder? All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
So they've. Oh, I hate that you do that. They've established that it's pretty bad. Okay, so they say yes, the title sounds bad. That's precisely why I'm asking this in the first place, mate. If it sounds bad, don't fucking ask the question. I am a 35-year-old male, have 2 children and 1 on the way. My soon-to-be 3 younger kids are with my wife Bailey, who's 34, and my oldest, Aria. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Is 16. Is with an ex-girlfriend of mine. They are blood related. That is his daughter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sarah, 34, is his ex-girlfriend. Okay. Ari and I have never had the chance to be close, given that she and Sarah live across the country. I see her on a fairly regular basis, mostly over school breaks, but sometimes things come up. Sarah wants to take her somewhere, commitments with my younger kids or my wife's side of the family, etc. Keeps them separate, which is unfortunate. Admittedly, we're not incredibly close, even when she comes to visit. We do talk. I'm not completely ignoring her. There just isn't a whole lot of for us to go off of.
Yeah.
So she does her own thing. I do mine. I'm happy to take her out on like outings and stuff with my family when she's here. Text and call her when I can. Send gifts for Christmas and birthdays. I'm just sorry to say that she's more Sarah's daughter than mine, in both personality and relationship-wise. We don't click the way that I do with my other kids, but I'm still trying to be present. There is more, but I'm not going to read more. I think we get the gist of what...
So basically, this guy isn't as close as he'd like to be with this girl that is his daughter, and so
Clearly,
he
yeah.
doesn't class her as his daughter.
His
I have
first,
a very similar situation with my stepmom.
yeah, but that's stepmom, as in like you're more than entitled to have a good relationship with her to a point where she would class you as her son if you were closer.
Yeah.
This is his biological daughter that obviously in their split,
Mhm.
she was given full custody of the child, and then one of them have moved across country for whatever reason, and that has split that family up distant wise. So
Yeah.
obviously the mother's going to have a stronger relationship with the daughter because daily, and I hate to admit it, some mothers out there will send a bad word towards the father when the dad's not around and give reasons. It's happened.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it's happened in some parts of my family, distant family. That's
Obviously.
why they're so broken. But yeah, no, I think he's the arsehole for not considering it's his daughter. Whether he likes it or not, that's his daughter. Blood.
I think. I think initially, I don't think he's an arsehole for thinking that.
But he
It's
doesn't
whether
consider
he
it.
treats her that way.
It doesn't sound like he doesn't ignore her, but he doesn't. He's saying he doesn't consider his daughter family. How can you not? Like, she's not a serial killer, so there's nothing. You know what I mean? She's not a paedophile.
No.
There's nothing in that story so far that's telling me that he shouldn't consider just because there's distance. You brought her into that world, mate. And unless she's severely fucked up, that's your daughter, and I would consider her family. And you should also be putting more effort into spending time with her.
Yeah,
Your
it's
first kid.
I think. Yeah,
But I'm speaking from a father's point of view of somebody who couldn't actually relate to that situation because being away from Isabel is heartbreaking.
yeah.
So I'm a bit biased.
Whereas I just call children it.
You just call it it, and it pisses the shit. Like, that's my kid. Like, I love her more than you, and it's like fucking.
Yeah, I'd say he could do better. So therefore, yeah, a bit of an arse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a conclusion to this where it ends, and you have a good relationship with your daughter.
Yeah.
There is ways to go about it. And obviously, I didn't read the full story, but I didn't get the inkling that he was really doing anything that she would want to do. She was coming down to see him, but then he's more focused on his other kids.
Mm.
You brought her into the world, mate. You fucking own up. You be a dad, no matter whether you see that kid every day or every 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. You be a dad. That's it, first and foremost. So that's where I
Okay.
stand on that.
All right, next one then.
Getting serious, this isn't it? We need some funny ones.
I've got one here that is: am I an arsehole for tagging my sisters in an offensive meme?
No. Where? How offensive?
Well, there's the thing. I'd say no because it depends. Well, I suppose it depends on who you're tagging, but I'd say no. Initially, people need to cheer the fuck up. Okay, so background. I, male, 22,
Yep.
have two older sisters, Anne, 23, and Beth, 24. Growing up, our mum was a very typical mother in our culture, and in that she openly favoured me as her son and constantly complained about the girls. Would you say that's a typical mum? Okay.
What's that? Sorry.
The mum favoured him instead of the daughters and just complained about her. I would have said that a mum was closer with daughters than
Not necessarily. No, it does vary. Some mummy boys and stuff like that. Daddy's girls.
mummy boy.
No. No, there's a stigma about the fact that girls will latch onto their dads more and the boys will latch onto their mums more. Didn't happen for me, but it happened for my brother.
Yeah.
But then again, it happened. My sister latched onto my mother more as well. So, yeah, it varies, I think.
Yeah, so I think that it could be just anything. So she wasn't abusive to them or anything. She took care of
Good.
their basic needs.
Thank
She
God.
was super strict. She was just super strict with them
Fucking boring then.
and was almost always yelling at them to do their chores, which they never did, which she never did to me. It's actually kind of annoying because she babies me and never lets me do anything for myself, while the girls got to learn life skills early. It's common knowledge in our family that I'm her favourite, which again is pretty normal since I was the first and only son, She's told us plenty of times that the only reason she has 2 daughters was because she wanted to keep trying until she got a boy.
That's disgraceful.
That's a bit shitty.
That is very disgraceful.
That's essentially just saying that they were accidents.
That's shit as fuck. That is
Yeah.
that is a horrible mother.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve to have any kids.
You just wouldn't... come on.
You don't tell that to your fucking kids.
No.
But I worked with somebody. I tell you a guy I worked with at McLaren. He's a really nice guy, but when I told him I was having Isabel, he said he hated his daughters.
Really?
He was straight up. He was like, I hate my daughters.
Didn't consider him
Not even like...
the same guy from earlier.
No, because I don't think he had a son.
Oh.
And it was a bloke. We're talking about a strict woman. But no, he was a really nice man. But when I said I was so excited to have a daughter, he was like, well, don't be. I was like, every daughter's the same.
What?
Yeah. And he was like, he hated his daughters. He despised them.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I've never heard so. And as being a dad of a daughter, I wanted a boy. I'm not going to lie to you now, but I'm so grateful that I got Isabel.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't change it for the world. I still would like a boy. But if I had 3 girls, I'd still be over the moon with that. You know what I mean? I would keep trying to... The boy will pass down the singer name. That's what I want.
Luck of the draw, isn't it, really?
Exactly. But the job of a parent is to love your child no matter how they come out. You
don't get to
You
choose.
keep them safe, you feed them, you water them, make them comfortable, and then just help them live through their lives to a point where they take it over themselves and they do what they need to do in their life.
Yeah.
You brought them into the fucking world. Don't make them out. Don't treat them like it's a punishment for them.
No. Nah, she can't.
Are we saying now that is the mother the arsehole or is the person?
No,
that's...
it's about the sisters being tagged in an offensive meme.
Fuck me! How we haven't even gotten to the meme yet? Jesus.
So the other day, I was wasting my time on Facebook and saw a Gordon Ramsay meme about how mothers treat their sons versus their daughters. And it was,
I think I even know.
Oh dear, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then it was, you fucking donkey.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
I've seen that one.
I thought it was pretty funny since it was so accurate. So I tagged my mum and both my sisters in it. My mum laughed, reacted, and responded with "so true."
Yeah.
My boy is my prince.
That's bad.
And didn't respond, but Beth just said "fuck you" to me and blocked me.
Yeah, I would say if he knew the relationship between his mother and his sisters, and he's gone out of his way to do that deliberately, it may have started off as a funny joke, but he's definitely the arsehole.
It depends. It obviously depends on what.
Send it privately then.
Yeah, don't tag your mum.
Don't tag your mum and then your sisters.
Because then she's just reinforcing that.
Exactly.
And that just makes them feel shit.
She's not hiding from the fact that she's a cunt and that she doesn't like her daughters.
No.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
And he has antagonized her. And now the sisters, let's say, argument's sake, that it's been months since they've had any discussion about him being the favourite. And they've been able to forget about it. And then out of the blue, their one brother, who's idolised by their mother, tags them in a post.
Goes, by the way, do you
just a
remember
casual reminder
Yeah.
that your mother hates you and thinks I'm the best gift that God can give. Yes and no, he's an arsehole for that. I would strongly... If my brother had done that, it would have been a lot worse. I honestly believe that. It would have been a lot worse. I already think my sister was treated differently, but not to the point where I thought I wasn't loved. I was just treated more harsh because I was the first child and they were learning. I know that now, but, as a grown up, it's a pain to know that you're watching your siblings being treated differently and then them not realise they're being treated differently. I hated that as well. We all treated you the same. No, you didn't. And outside sources have established that you haven't treated us the same. But I understand, first child, you were confused, you were learning, same as I am. And now I can say we are treated fairly equally now, growing up. But I'm living my own life. That is a blatant fuck you to the sisters. Your mum hates you. So yes, you are the arsehole.
Then I'm looking at the comments here, and it's an overbearing amount of "you're the arseholes" here. Like they all agree with us.
Yeah, good. Sorry, my head's getting really sweaty. I need a haircut.
That's right.
Right, you ready for my one?
Green it up, boy.
Oh. Right, you ready?
Yes.
Right. Am I the arsehole for complaining about a doctor who berated me about gaining too much weight during my pregnancy? Now, this one is the first one I've seen that's actually had an overall vote, but I'm not going to tell you what the public voted for until afterwards.
Okay.
Okay? So I think they are the arsehole. Through this experience of pregnancy with Isabel, with Kelsey, we were visited and seen by a lot of nurses that had never had experience having kids.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times where I disagreed with what they were saying, no matter how medically professional they were, forcing a child to try and latch on when the child is clearly uncomfortable and then the mother's clearly uncomfortable. Yeah, there was a lot about a pregnancy that nurses did wrong. What? Why you...
Get over here.
No. Okay, so I'm going to read into it. This one's not too long, but it is one big paragraph, so I'm going to try not to stumble over my own words.
I didn't say my initial thought. My initial thought is yes, they are the arsehole from that.
Well, you believe the mother, the complainer, is the arsehole?
Oh, no, I thought the doctor. Yeah.
No, this is about the
I would
person that
say
complained.
No.
No, I don't believe that.
I don't think they're arsehole because pregnancy, you gain weight naturally.
You do, and even if you used to put on the pounds, it's not... The baby will come out larger, which will have health risks to the baby, but if you're not taking the piss, like I said, I've not read this story yet, so my opinion might change. Right, so I, 36 female, I'm pregnant with my second child, and I've gained quite a bit of weight. I'm 34 weeks pregnant, and I've gained almost 70 pounds. I'm also really petite, 5'1", and only weighing 105 pounds pre-pregnancy. So it's obviously a lot, which is fair. That is quite a big amount. Not enough that it's really going to risk loads. It's a big change, but nothing major. However, the same thing happened during my first pregnancy, and I lost almost all the weight within a few months, and was back to pre-pregnancy size within a year postpartum.
Right.
I also don't have gestational diabetes, and everything seems healthy and normal with both baby and me. The huge weight gain seems to run in the family because my mum also gained 60 to 80 pounds with each kid. Also very petite pre-pregnancy and no gestational diabetes. Kelsey had gestational diabetes. It's just where you're pregnant, you have diabetes, but then when baby's out, your body loses that diabetes essentially. You don't have it, but you've got a higher chance of type 2 diabetes afterwards.
Right. Okay.
All right. But they're saying she didn't have this through both pregnancies. And her sister almost gained 100 pounds through her pregnancy. So it is a family-based thing. They do gain quite a lot. There's some people...
It's quite a lot of weight, isn't it?
Yeah. I knew somebody that had a baby and we didn't even know she was pregnant. She did, but you couldn't see. She went through the 9 months pregnancy. You could not... And she was skinny. And there was no bump. At all. And
it's fucking vertical.
I genuinely couldn't tell you. It was
All
weird.
she had to do was open her legs and it fell out.
It just popped out, yeah. But the baby was healthy. Everything was healthy. She wasn't anorexic or anything. The baby did not form a bump. Okay. Anyway, so my last appointment, my OB basically started berating me about the weight gain. He said I was becoming obese and putting my health and the baby at risk, and started asking me very aggressively about the kinds of foods I eat. When I mentioned that I eat carrots with hummus, he started berating me about eating high-calorie foods and demanded that I keep a food journal and count calories. I tried to tell him that I do eat healthy and exercise, but he essentially told me he didn't believe me because the scale doesn't lie. After the appointment, I contacted the office and said I absolutely never want to see him again, and that I wanted to file a complaint about his behaviour. Most people say I did nothing wrong, but my bill, B-I-L, I don't know what that stands for. They've said who is also a doctor. Boy in lingerie. I don't know what it's in capital. It means something, but I couldn't tell you. Sorry, listeners, if you know what that is, don't scream at me too loud. But whoever this person is a doctor. Said while the OB should have talked to me with more tact, he was correct to be worried about my weight gain. Again, I believe not an arsehole.
Yeah, I would say not an arsehole because pregnancy, you're emotional anyway because your hormones are all over the place.
Don't tell a woman that.
No, but it's a fact.
It is. Don't tell a woman
but
that.
The
She'll
thing
rip
is,
your fucking head off.
the thing is, it's completely normal for people to be emotional in those sort of states. So the doctor should know that and be more tactful. That's my
you're not wrong, but also doctors believe that every baby is just another number. So if you ever have a kid, which I don't think you want, but I hope you do, eventually have a kid,
Mhm.
you'll go in there and you've got to be so calm with yourself. I was telling Courtney this as well. I said you've got to take everything they say with a pinch of salt. Just because they're medical professionals does not mean you have to take everything what they say with, oh, thank you so much for this advice. No, they see your baby as just another baby to add to the roster of babies they produce that day.
Yeah.
So as far as they're concerned, they couldn't give less of a fuck about your baby.
How many you on, Frank? I'm on 3 this morning
Yeah.
already. Fucking hell.
Get my commission ready, way!
Like that scene from Lord. Oh no, you haven't seen
No,
it.
don't bring that up. No, I haven't seen it.
Lord of the Rings listeners, Gimli and Legolas killing the orcs. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So yeah, I would say initially not the arsehole. I also agree with that after the context, but I do think that generally doctors know what they're on about, but he could have been a lot more tactful with it.
I'm not saying they don't know what they're on about, but they also need to keep something in consideration that you get 600+ pound women coming in and having healthy babies. This woman's put on a little bit of weight because she's pregnant. It's not the end of the world. She
No.
didn't even have gestational diabetes, which isn't a major serious thing. But again, Kelsey had that, and Isabel's perfectly healthy. So they need to, I think doctors, as great as a job they're doing, need to also take into consideration sometimes the patient in that way. Because the dads are pushed to the side. It's like we don't exist when we go in there. We want to know everything about the baby. We want to be involved. And naturally, we're just blacked out. We're like the chauffeurs, according to them. They don't involve us in anything.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. But yeah, you should have been more considerate about the woman's feeling. But the major vote on that is no, she was not the arsehole. The public voted she's not the arsehole.
Yep.
So there we go. We agree. It's getting fucking tedious, isn't it?
Okay, well, I got one here that might be a little bit controversial.
Oh, what? We're going to disagree?
Maybe. No, we won't, but I don't know. So am I the arsehole for calling my friend gay on a daily basis?
It depends, doesn't it? Because I did that for... back in the day when gay wasn't what it was today.
Yes.
Which is bad, because obviously gay is... It's in its lifetime has meant multiple things.
Mhm.
Gay used to mean happy, now it obviously means homosexual.
Yeah.
I used to call my brother gay all the time, and I meant it as an insult, but I don't mean it now as an insult.
Yeah, I used to... Our family used to say it a lot.
Yeah.
It was more so seen as like something that was a bit rubbish, like naff, or it was like silly, stupid, or something like that. Which now understanding homosexuality and the spectrum of sexuality in a lot more detail.
Why are you staring me in the eyes when you're saying this?
Because I fucking love you, mate.
Get away from me.
Now I think, it's not.
Who was it? He was.
It's not acceptable to say it now, but I think for past stuff, it's been and gone. And
It is in our lifetime. It's weird how many phases we've been through, not as people, but as like society's phases we've gone through.
Yeah.
Gay, when we were in secondary school, every Tom, Dick, and Harry was using that as a slur or as an offensive term towards each other, and it wasn't frowned upon as obviously as much as it needed to be, which is now.
Yeah, it was just a throwaway comment.
It was,
wasn't
yeah, which is bad, but everybody, unfortunately, around us was doing it. I'm not going to say everybody on the planet was,
Yeah.
but everybody around us,
When we were kids.
yeah, we
You're not-
didn't
you don't
know.
know,
Honestly,
do you?
thinking back now, I didn't really know what it meant, but I knew
No.
I called my brother it, and I later found out when he came out as gay that actually impacted him a lot more than I thought it did, because he knew that term. As my younger brother, he knew more about that term gay than I did.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, I just feel like we're just having a conversation now. I'm flicking the microphone around like we're just having a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it did impact my brother. That's what I was trying to get at. Which
Right,
I
okay.
was very apologetic for, because I didn't mean it to.
That's a bit worrying, because I call my brother an absolute cunt. So I'm worried of how he's going to turn out.
Exactly.
I speak it into existence. I am God. So, so I think initially, I'm going to say not an arsehole.
Who was it he was calling gay again?
Well, actually, it depends.
Is it his brother or a friend?
It's his friend. This was only 149 days ago. So,
I'm going to change my debate. If he's saying in the last year I've called him, or 10 years ago I called him
yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, just to cover our ass, I'm going to say, yes, you are the arsehole.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. So every time me and my friend voice chatted in Discord, I can't help but call him gay. Gay, homosexual gay. It's not meant as an insult. I know he's closeted, and I'm trying to help him cope with that fact.
That's not going to help.
No. He's a fan of stand-up comedy, so I thought this would be
yes.
a good way to help him out.
Yes, because Ricky Gervais goes up on stage and just shouts gay, homosexual gay.
At first, we had a few laughs over it, but now he just gets extremely pissed whenever me or any of our friends call him gay. We know he had a relationship with a friend's dad.
What the fuck? I hope he's not in his school years.
And he doesn't know that. But he doesn't know that. Oh. We know he had a relationship, but
he doesn't know they knew.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought he just didn't know he was in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship with somebody's dad?
That only added fuel to the fire. However, some of the guys in our friend group found out about their relationship and now accuse him of various things that aren't true. He is gay, and he's especially sensitive to this particular topic because of his religious background. He's a former Muslim. Am I the arsehole for trying to get him to come out of his closet through comedy?
You're not the arsehole for doing that. You're the arsehole for calling him gay. There is a lot more ways to get him to come out of his closet than be like, hey, you're gay. Come on out. Come and join the world.
Come and join us because we're not gay.
Yeah, we're not gay, but we're going to keep slurring you because you are.
Yeah.
Oh, and you shag somebody's dad? Gay.
That's essentially what they're doing at this point. They're insulting him until he accepts who he is.
Yeah, that's not right. What he's done at the end there is try to justify his means in the incorrect. He's not asked, is he the arsehole for calling his mate gay again, has he? He said, am I the arsehole for trying to get my mate to come out of the closet with comedy? That's not what you're doing. That you're very insensitive to what you're actually doing, which is you are insulting your homosexual friend and believing that what you're doing is right because it's going to help him come out of the closet. That's not what's going to do it. He's got to find his own way to come out.
It says here, top comment on here is, you're the arsehole. You're essentially shaming him and deciding when he comes out, which is absolutely awful.
Exactly. He's got to do that himself.
Yeah.
And it took my brother a very long time and unfortunately some harsh lessons to learn before he came out.
Yeah.
As well. All right. So, yeah, I would believe arsehole. Right, you ready?
Yep.
Am I the arsehole for getting my brother's bus driver fired? All right. This one, again, has got a public vote. I'm starting to pick them now. I, a 22-year-old female, have a 4-year-old brother.
Are we doing the initial votes on the title?
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting about that.
Sorry.
About that. Yeah, sorry. I get so excited about the title. Getting a bus driver fired. He's a school bus driver, so it could go down the nonce route. In that case, no, you're not the arsehole. But if this is an innocent man that's losing his job, yes, you're an arsehole.
Read the thing to me again.
Am I the arsehole for getting my brother's bus driver fired?
Yeah, it entirely depends on what they've done.
Does.
I would say
I'm going to go for
initially no.
Yeah, I'm going to go for no at the moment just because I want to see what the reason is.
Yeah.
Right, so I, a 22-year-old female, have a 4-year-old brother who goes to an early educational school to help with his delay in mental and verbal process. He rides the bus, and normally I have to put him on the bus since my mum has to work. With the pandemic, if there is any case at his school, they close for some time. During one of those times, I ended up in a leg cast and crutches. My mum notified the school of my accident and said he may show a bit later for the bus. His bus stops in front of my house at the end of the driveway. With the cast on, it's not as easy and kind of hurts to go up and down the driveway, and I'm stuck like this for a while. So I asked my boyfriend to do it since he has been with me to put him on and off the bus multiple times in the past, and the driver even making small talk with him man to man. They've made small talk. It was just worded really bad. Well, today he was supposed to put him on the bus, and I stood on the porch watching him take him, but he didn't get in. They stood there for a while before the driver took off, and they walked back in, and I asked, what the fuck? And he said, since the bus driver didn't recognize him, he didn't feel uncomfortable. He felt uncomfortable. Sorry, this is dreadful. I keep blaming myself for reading it wrong. It's not me. I'll read it exactly how it's worded, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, since the driver didn't recognize him, he didn't feel uncomfortable taking my brother, even though I was standing there in full view. But he didn't take the brother, so he did feel uncomfortable.
Right.
He felt uncomfortable taking the brother because he didn't recognize the man that was dropping him off.
Okay.
I was standing there in full view with my bright pink cast. He wanted my brother's legal guardian to be the ones to do it. I ended up calling my mum and explaining what happened. She ended up calling the school and complaining. After a few days, we were given an apology and report of the situation. He essentially was fired because he felt it was a good idea to leave a student alone with someone he identified as a stranger rather than taking the student and reporting it to the school. That's very true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, later my friends called me an asshole because I got him fired when I could have just swallowed the pain and taken the time to walk. Fuck off, your friends are assholes and the bus driver's an asshole.
Yes, I would
he was
agree.
like, sorry, I don't recognise you. Yeah, just take that kid away. I recognise the kid, but I don't recognise you, mate. That's a very good point.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the public voted as not an asshole for that one as well.
Yeah,
Which I agree.
I would agree.
Yeah. What time we got? 15 minutes. Okay, that's a few more.
Okay, press the green. Okay, so my one here is, am I the arsehole for embarrassing a girl because of a piece of paper?
Ooh.
Ooh. What is our initial thoughts there? Very vague description. Am I the arsehole for embarrassing a girl because of a piece of paper?
No, how can you embarrass somebody? What, you cutting it into a pair of titties or something? What are you doing?
It's a face mask.
God, that guy's so cringy. Oh.
Okay, so I would say no.
No.
Actually, no, I'm going to go yes, because it's such a petty thing by the sound of it. Why would you try and embarrass somebody over a piece of paper? You must be a bit of an arsehole
Bit
to
of a
try and do
cunt
that.
for that.
Yeah.
But what if it wasn't initial? That wasn't the idea. Like, they had this piece of paper, it embarrassed somebody, and they're like, oh shit, but it's just A4.
She wanted A5.
Yeah. No.
What mistakes I've made.
Unless what they're missing out is this piece of paper is not blank and it's got a nude picture of them printed on it. It's like saying, yes, you're a cunt. You're more than an arsehole. You're a prick.
Well,
I'm going to say no. It's a piece of paper.
Okay, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
So, our school is different from others. We have middle.
We have middle.
Like Scoob.
Like Scoob. Let's get a middle school.
Would you like fries with that? Our school is different from others. We have middle, left, and right sides with 5 desks each side that fit 2 15M? Oh, that fit 2 each. That's worded weirdly. I, a 15-year-old male, am located on the left side, which is touching the wall, but from the outer side of it. What does this matter?
Are you saying that you are saying they're an arsehole because you can see it says they're an arsehole?
No, I
vote?
try not to go with that. And my reasoning was because it's a piece of paper.
Okay, right.
As
I
I said
just
before.
double checking.
That's fine.
I state when there's a public vote on mine, and you haven't done that.
No, I've had a few that have been public votes, but I think I disagreed with one of them.
Okay.
Anyway, so he sits on the left, which is touching the wall, but from the outer side of it, meaning I can get up easily and let my friend pass. Earlier, the other day, I was just minding my own business when a popular girl from the back, inner side of the desk, calls my name. I turn, asking her what's wrong. She proceeds to give me 2 pieces of paper, telling me to throw them. I looked to my friend sitting next to me. He bro-coded me, and I knew what to do. I told her, do it yourself. I'm not your servant for you. You have legs. Legs.
Fuck's sake.
Do it yourself. I'm not your servant. You've got legs. I could see the shock in her eyes. Not her legs. She then told me that I am closer to the basket, so I should be the one throwing her trash. I turned to her and told her I don't care if I'm closer. I'm not getting up, and my friend is surely not getting up. You either do it yourself or give it to your friend to throw it. Everybody laughed and were cheering for me except for her friends. Oh, come on. Is this r/that happened?
Yeah.
Fucking everyone cheered and laughed.
Didn't happen at the year award.
Exactly. Fuck off. Anyway, in the lunch break, 3 girls who are best friends with the popular girl came up to me telling me that I am an arsehole and that I hurt her feelings and that I should grow up and be a man and throw it. Now I'm feeling really guilty and I'm thinking I should have just thrown it. Am I the arsehole?
Yeah. It's a piece of paper. You could have just thrown it. I've changed my mind. You're a bit of a dick. Why do you have to be so public about verbally like, no, I couldn't sink that low to throw the piece of paper. You do it yourself.
I've got 2 reasons why I think this guy's an arsehole. Okay. Obviously, initially we had the piece of paper.
He could have
thing,
got with her
but
as well.
2 more reasons after that. Yeah. Literally, she's just asked, can you do this thing for me? And you've made a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
Right? And secondly, you've shown yourself to be the arsehole in here, and you've also tried to make people believe that the whole fucking class cheered and laughed.
Yeah, that's
bollocks.
Woo! Yeah,
Yeah.
let her throw her own piece of paper. The stuck-up bitch. Who does she think we are? That's not
She's
how it works.
popular. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to think you're an outcast.
Yeah.
Sake.
We took every opportunity we could to impress the people that believe themselves above us. Obviously, looking back on it now, they clearly weren't. But I wanted in.
Yeah.
There was a chance I could have been with somebody in the popular group, and I got a fair few chances thanks to my comedic wit. Obviously, it ended up well in the long run, but you know, I wouldn't have done that. I definitely wouldn't have had the courage to do that. I'd had more courage of being the funny one than I did of being the aggressor.
Can I ask as well what he
Of course you
means
can.
by his friend bro-coded him?
Bros
So-
before hoes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't make
Don't
any
throw the
sense.
paper before you lay her.
That was good. Jeez.
I'm still recovering.
Oh.
Right, mine's got another public vote. I'll let you know now before you think I sway the edition. So,
Okay.
right. Am I the arsehole for making my stepdaughter dinner? Okay, quote unquote. What are you doing, stepdaughter? Making me dinner? I, 37 male, have a stepdaughter, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
17 female. I say stepdaughter. She's actually my girlfriend, 40 female, daughter. But my girlfriend and I have been together for 4 years. And she's been living with us all 4. So it's quicker to just call her my stepdaughter. We call her stepdaughter Emma.
Hello, stepdaughter.
No, we call her Emma. So her Emma. Emma is autistic, incredibly high functioning, and has food sensory issues. She is very particular about what she eats to the point of annoyance for myself and her mother. All she basically eats is a variation of pizza and pasta. So she's Italian. She has a particular aversion to meat in general and won't even eat steaks a lot of the time.
This dick?
What's wrong with you? She's 17.
Oh, God. I didn't hear that bit.
I said that at the beginning. She says literally the first sentence. What's wrong with you? Sort yourself out. Opting for whatever side dish I make. I primarily cook in the house. No, I'm not talking about your fucking cooking habits. Get out. I'm far more adventurous with what I make and like to try. I came across some rabbit for sale the other night and decided I wanted to cook it with it since it's a meat I'd never had before. I told Emma and my girlfriend I was going to make curry from it, and Emma had an extreme reaction. She said she didn't want to try it and she would never eat rabbit. Fair enough. It's a rabbit. Don't tell her it's a rabbit if you want her to eat rabbit. She's a child. Fucking moron. I really think it should, if she would be more willing to try more things, she would like them. So that night, I prepared curry like usual, but made it with rabbit instead of chicken and didn't tell Emma. Oh, never mind, listen. Fuck. Emma liked it. She said the chicken was a bit more flavorful than usual. I started smiling along with my girlfriend and announced to her that she just ate rabbits.
Her mum.
She ate muff. Emma immediately stopped eating and left the table. When my girlfriend went to confront her, she asked, why would you do that to her when she expressively stated that she didn't want to eat any of the rabbit? My girlfriend told her that she needed to get over herself, and I completely agreed. She liked it, so what was the big deal? First off, before I continue, it's not the fact that she liked it that's the big deal. It's the context of you've lied to her when she's specifically stated she didn't want to eat
It's
that.
the principle of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Emma apparently thought it was a big deal. Don't say apparently. She thought it was a big deal.
Yeah.
For the past couple of nights, she has been making her own dinner separately since she can't trust me to respect her boundaries. I completely agree. It's becoming incredibly agitating to deal with, her attitude over it. She liked what I made her, but twisted it into this huge thing about consent and boundaries over some food that she liked. She hasn't... How old is this guy? 37. Stop acting like you're in your 60s, mate. It's not the old timely days. You can't just keep acting like, oh, woe is me, she liked it, so you've got to fucking go with it.
Yeah.
You prick. My girlfriend is now saying I should just apologise to Emma, but I refuse to. She liked the meal, she wasn't allergic to it, and she's blowing this way out of proportion. I'm not going to apologise for trying to add variety to her poor diet. I was just trying to open her up to eating and trying new things. Am I the arsehole? There is edits. But I'll your judgment. I do believe he's the arsehole. I tried to find any way to state that he wasn't in my head because I know the public vote, but I have to agree with them on this that he is the arsehole.
I would also agree because you do not force people to eat something, especially by lying to them about what it is.
Yes. And he's tried to justify this in the edits, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. So he says in the edit, okay, I seem to have pissed a lot of people off in the comments. Maybe my approach was wrong. I could admit maybe I wasn't the best to set Emma up for the gotcha moment. I can't respond to everyone, so let me clear some details here. I don't know what relevance it has to a lot of people who are questioning mine and my girlfriend's living situation. No, okay, that's fair. People are questioning that. Emma seldom eats anything that isn't carbs and cheese. It's incredibly unhealthy. Very recently, we have stopped catering to her taste palette and making separate meals for her. When she cooks for everyone. That doesn't make any sense. They've stopped catering to her, but she's cooking meals for herself, so she's catering for herself.
Now, if she doesn't eat anything but carbs and cheese,
she eats anything that isn't carbs and cheese.
Oh, right, okay.
So she's not getting any carbs.
Right. But
No,
then
she is getting carbs. She's getting too much carbs.
still, rabbit isn't carbs.
That's what he's trying to...
So
he's trying to add more of that diet in. She's only eating carbs and cheese. That's what I've... She's eating anything that is... She's eating anything that is... What the fuck has this podcast become?
basically, why not just give her chicken? That's my point. Like, if you told her,
he shouldn't have gone over to rabbit. Yeah, exactly.
Like, just give her chicken. If she likes chicken, just give her chicken.
Yeah.
What's the fucking problem here? You absolute knob.
Yeah, I'm not even going to read his edits because
No,
he's
he's
trying to
not worth
justify
it.
some mad shit. But yes, you're an arsehole, mate. Go over yourself.
Nice, I like that. Okay.
I'm remembering to push the button now.
Good, because we've got 50 seconds left.
Oh, God. One more each.
Yeah, should we do one more?
One more. You do one, I'll do one.
Okay.
Wait, who started this?
I think I started.
Okay, so yeah, you one more.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah. This is a good one.
Go on.
Am I the arsehole for telling my wife she belongs in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course you are.
Thank you for listening to the...
Yeah. I just want to state as well, this is not us trying to be relatable to what's going on right now. You are a cunt if you believe a woman or any person belongs in a certain area.
Yes.
Like, there is no set job roles. You're a team, you work together.
Between my legs. Pegging me.
Why is your arsehole between your legs?
Where else is it?
It's behind you. It's not between your legs, is it?
Depends if I got my legs
Your
up.
arsehole kind of points out at an angle. It's not your gooch or your dick. What's wrong with you? Where the fuck is your arsehole?
It's central. So it's like,
What do you mean it's central? Your gooch is central. There's an angle at it. I guess it's kind of between your legs, but not in the way that I'm thinking. You're like, between my legs, way, fucking lad. No. What's wrong with you? You'll know when you start shagging.
oh God, my face hurts.
Do you know how uncomfortable doggy style would be if it was between your legs? How do you shit? Do you just crouch over the toilet?
Oh my God.
Oh, this is nearly as bad as the time you thought again all cows were for male and female. Oh, go on, carry on. Yes, he's an arsehole.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that. So he says, hear me out. I don't want to, but
No,
we're going to.
We're going to because we have to.
So I, a 35-year-old male, am married to a wonderful woman who has worked for the last 5 years as a chef in a popular bistro. We began dating while she was in a culinary school, and I knew she was talented then, and she has really excelled since working as a full-time chef. She has been promoted 3 times and is now the owner.
Oh, congratulations.
No, she's not.
Sorry.
She's been
Condolences.
promoted 3 times, and the owner regularly talks about how she'll one day run the kitchen.
Oh, still a congratulations then. You've been promoted 3 times.
When restaurants closed at the start of the pandemic, she used her fun employment.
Fun is for
To start making cooking videos on TikTok. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
It began as a fun thing to do and grew into an outlet for her creative energy. Since she's been back at the restaurant, she's kept her full-time job and posted her TikToks at night. Good for her. Last night, she told me she wants to quit her job at the restaurant and pursue TikTok professionally. Honestly, she's only amassed a couple of hundred followers in the time she's been doing it, and none of her videos have gone viral. I would never tell her this. But they're not that compelling, or they just copy videos that are already out there. That is TikTok.
That is TikTok, but as a husband, I think he's well within his right. He needs to own up a little bit. Don't shut her ideas down. Work with her to get them.
Say not yet.
Yeah, just keep at it for like us.
Same position as us.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. We've not blown up or anything.
Instead, I told her that I didn't think we could afford not to have her income, which is largely true, and that her TikTok has not been successful enough to generate money. I also reminded her that we want to have kids soon and that our expenses will climb even higher. She became very defensive and told me I wasn't supporting her in her ambitions and that her TikTok would be more successful if she devoted more time to it. She hasn't spoken to me since that conversation. And when was that? 81 days ago. And I don't know when, obviously they probably have spoken since.
Is that the end of it?
Yes.
I don't think he's an arsehole. I think he's being logical. He's not shutting down the idea. If he is, and he's not said it, then you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Don't shut down the dreams. Help her work towards it, but make her, obviously, allow her to understand the fears you have. Like, my bills solely rely on me to pay. Kelsey works because she wants to, and I love the fact that she does. And her income every month is a lovely bonus.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the career that I'm doing forever. That's why me and you are doing this. We're working towards other things. I haven't quit my job to pursue it, no matter how much it would benefit us to have that extra time to do it, because I've got responsibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which she should understand that she has. Either she's going to put her starting a family on hold, which is a thought, but it's not necessarily, it sounds like he's not wanting that thought, or he can pursue a different career himself and catch up with, you know what I mean? Like, him get a better wage so that she can step back and pursue her career choice. If he cares about it that much, that he's worried about funds, then there's got to be something he can do to meet ends meet and allow her to pursue her dream.
Yeah.
You know? He's not a stay-at-home dad because they haven't had their kid yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like he's got options. And I'm not just doing this, hopefully not to take away jobs away from other drivers, but becoming a driver is not difficult. You take a few tests, you do a few lessons, you learn, and then you're upwards of 50k a year if you get semi-decent job, which they are out there at the moment. People are desperately looking for drivers.
Yeah.
So you're telling me he can do that as a last resort?
Probably.
I don't think he's the arsehole. I just think
Well,
he
the
needs to work.
interesting thing is that the overall response on here has been arsehole.
Oh, really?
But I've read through the comments, and there's I've read about 10 or 11 comments where they all say the same thing, that he's not an arsehole for what he's done,
Yeah.
but he's an arsehole for the title of this article.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't
Because
say
he's-
once that she belonged in the kitchen. Yeah, I forgot about
He's
that.
baited everyone out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all saying stuff like, I think you chose that title on purpose to scare people,
Yeah.
so you're an arsehole for that part. Not an arsehole for wanting his wife to quit her full-time,
For
not
not
wanting
her,
your wife
yeah.
to quit your full-time thing. But you kind of suck for that misleading rage bait title.
Yeah.
You're an arsehole for the title bait. So yeah, there's loads.
Okay, so they're honest. He's not an arsehole for being realistic. He's an arsehole for picking that incorrect title.
Yeah. Okay, last one, Josh.
Last one. Am I the arsehole for not sleeping in the same bed as my husband? All right.
No.
No.
It's your choice, isn't
If
it?
it's a permanent thing, it's a bit uncomfortable. You got
It's a bit weird, but
yeah. But if this is like an argument thing, then no. Sometimes it's nice to take a break. But if you've come to the decision that you're going to get a 2-bed house because you both need a room each, that's a bit mental. Not going to lie, unless there's a religious belief as to why they've done it.
my massive dong takes up most of the bed, so it's not a lot of room, really, for
I've seen your bed; it's tiny.
in comparison.
Shut up. Hi, this is my first post, so forgive me for any errors. Oh, God, this makes me feel old. This was 20 hours ago, and the couple are younger than us.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's dreadful. I, 22-year-old female, and my husband, now 24-year-old male, have only slept in the same bed for a handful of times. We've been living together for 3 years and married for almost 1. The first month or so of living together was very rough, and I barely got any sleep, leading to me always being moody and never wanting to do anything because I was constantly exhausted. Could have worked either way. I am a very light sleeper. They've capitalized on the very. And it's very hard for me to fall asleep. Sometimes it takes a solid hour or 2 to finally shut down. I wake up multiple times during the night from little noises like doors opening and closing and our dog making noises. Don't get a dog. My husband, however, is a very heavy sleeper and he snores so loud. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Often even waking himself up mid-sleep. I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. He can literally fall asleep at any time, anywhere. He has fallen asleep sitting at a family event or in public. Fair play.
Yeah.
I often tell him, so do my mum and some friends, that this isn't normal and that he should probably get it checked out, but he refuses because he believes that the snoring isn't it's probably sleep apnea. And they will make him wear a mask with a machine, which he is against. And it will also stop you from suffocating during the night.
Yeah.
So it's beneficial. That's essentially your body trying to swallow your tongue at that point.
Okay.
Not all snoring, but I believe the majority of snoring is your body like swallowing your tongue.
Jesus.
Yeah. Mental.
Okay.
So sleep apnea just removes that option. So you don't swallow your tongue, I think. Don't quote me on that. He tells me instead that I should go to get a doctor to evaluate me for my sleeping problems. Well, that's fucking easy. You want us to divorce already? Jesus. Honestly, we could probably both use that, but he refuses as his part to do anything. So for as long as we have been living together, I've slept in a different room. We've also tried a couple of things to help with the snoring, like inclining the bed, making him wear nose strips, and even me falling asleep first. That didn't work out most of the time, but absolutely nothing helped or lasted more than a month. He doesn't like the situation at all, and we have thought about it so many times I've lost count. Some of our friends and family think it's very strange that I have an entire separate room in my house for myself. That's very true, yeah. Some have asked if we have children, if we have children, what are we going to do then? I've never really had an answer for them. I've also been told that by some people, that I'm being dramatic. I need to suck it up because this isn't how married people act. Are they right? Am I the arsehole?
How do married people act?
Exactly.
It's up to the
There's
individuals,
no-
isn't it?
Yeah, there's no step-by-step guide about being married. You just got to be there for each
What are
other.
you doing, step-by-step guide? Um,
What are you doing? Step-by-step guide.
I would say no. She's
yeah,
not an
I would
arsehole.
agree.
I think it's entirely up to her what she does with her life. And if she's got a spare room, why not utilize it? If she's not getting any sleep because it's fucking snoring,
Yeah.
then fair enough. That's exactly what my grandparents did.
Well,
My granddad went and slept in a separate room, and I always questioned it, but it turns out that he snored. So
yeah,
there we
and
go.
it's not. I guess if they're not, they could be sleeping like in the same bed, watching TV together up until the point of going to sleep.
Yeah.
I would say I'm getting the impression that he's getting the main bedroom, and I don't know if I agree with that. Not for any reason other than if he can fall asleep so easily, why take her out of the comfort of that room?
Yeah.
To like, he should be getting out of the bed and going to sleep easily in the next room instead of her then getting out of that bed, getting into her bed, getting comfortable, and then taking 2 hours to doze off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the impression I got. Obviously, I can't be right. They didn't state that was the facts in that article thing. But no, I don't think you're the arsehole. I think it's weird. I think I'd be uncomfortable in that situation as the male, that you're sleeping in separate rooms, because there's a comfort in sleeping as a couple in the same bed. But he's also not even remotely taking into consideration his way of fixing the solution. He is stating strictly that he doesn't want the mask, the sleep apnea mask. And as stupid as it may look, it could also prevent you from choking in your sleep. So it's going to do you a world of good, and you get to sleep. As a bigger result, you get to sleep next to your wife.
Yeah.
So,
And they're very young as well.
they are 22 and 24. Fucking hell.
So you've got a lot of years to look forward to.
So old. We're so old.
Oh dear. Well, there we go. That was Reddit's Am I the Arsehole? Before we go, because we're on the topic of advice and stuff like that, and then are we the arseholes and stuff, we are going to do Josh's Words of Wisdom. What words of wisdom have you got for us this week, Josh?
If you cut a hole in a sponge, it doesn't give it vocal cords.
Fantastic. I love this.
You know, you really caught me off guard with that, and I knew that was coming at one point or another. I thought about it earlier. You didn't do it for the last
No, I
episode.
didn't. No, we
Yeah.
ended up
There
just
you go.
arguing. So,
I don't know. You said random. You can't do it at the end of every episode because I'll be like, oh, I'm prepared.
no,
for
I'm
it
just
now.
going to chuck it in at any point,
Yeah.
really.
Okay.
Okay. So, just for the listeners, I am going to be putting out more things on Instagram for you to interact with. So, I would really appreciate it if you could interact with our stories.
Just sounds very needy.
No, I'm getting to it.
Really appreciate it.
Because we are going to be asking stuff like, have you listened to this episode? Have you enjoyed it? What can we do to improve? Because we need to know what you guys like and what you don't like. And
Or we're going
how
to
we
shut down the
can-
podcast.
Yeah.
No,
Basically.
no, God, no. God, I was only kidding.
So, yeah, I mean, if you guys could just spare 2 seconds to click a button on the story, whether it be yes or no, or just give us a little bit of feedback, that'd be really, really appreciated. If not, that's absolutely fine as well. So, yeah, join us next time. We'll be doing something else. Not sure what yet. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Shut the fuck up.
Thank you, David.
Well, that was a good episode, wasn't it, Josh?
That was brilliant.
That was really good. I especially enjoyed how everyone sounded.
Yeah.
We're here just to say before you go, could you please spread us around? We'd love it if you could just tell your friends about us and potentially leave us a review where you can.
You can rate now on Spotify.
Yes,
So
you can. You can rate us. So
if you could rate us 5, we'd really appreciate it. But if not, that's fine too.
if you do rate us 5 or anything above, I know you can't, but if you somehow hack the systems, I will personally
Don't continue.
thank you.
That's better.
There we go.
Well done. So yes, if you could please feel free to follow us on all the socials.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.